Become a Golden Knight today and never miss a video by clicking that subscribe button and that bell. Anyway, on with the video. Hello my Golden Knights, it's Gold here, and welcome to another episode of Greenville Car Reviews. Now, in this episode, we will be reviewing the 2003 Chevlon Silverado 2500. Let's get into it. Now, the vehicle is under trucks in the dealership section, and it is located here, around in the middle line over here. It's underneath regular, so you will not need a Game Pass to actually purchase this vehicle. As you can see, it says 2003 Chevlon Silverado 2500 up here, and it comes in the following colours: dark green, wheatland yellow, dark grey, dark carmine red, arrival blue, woodland green, black, victory red, light pewter, doeskin tan, summit white, and Tangier orange, and it is only $14,700, so it is very, very cheap, made by Chevlon, and I have gone for the arrival blue for the colour. So anyway, let's get into the walk around. Now, the car's styling is interesting. It looks very, very nice and has some nice little details like these steps, the handles, as well as some of the little hooks on the front bumper. But there are some rough edges. For example, these little arches here, the wheel arches, they look a little bit dented and a little bit strange. Another thing, on the grille, it looks a bit choppy and strange as well. And on the badge, the badge doesn't really look like it exists, and it just looks a little bit weird. So that's another thing. It's only 4 seats, including the driver's seat. You can't actually sit in the back as well. So that's an interesting little thing that I do have to say about that. So it's not like some of the other pickup trucks where you can actually sit in the back. Here's what it sounds like starting up. Here's what its horn sounds like. And here's what it sounds like to drive. Now, for the car's headlights, it only features 2 small headlights on the front, which seems a little bit silly. It's just got, for the amount of lights that it has, like the room for lights on the front, it only uses these 2 little ones on the end, which is a little bit interesting. And as you can see, they aren't very bright at all, which is very, very strange. Now, on the back, they're quite small as well, not really very visible at all. Its brake lights, though, they are quite bright, and they've got, one up the top here, which is quite good. That's the only really good thing I have to say about the headlights. But then if we move on to the hazards, we've got 2 yellow ones at the front, which aren't very bright at all, and rear ones which aren't yellow and are not very bright, which is a little bit strange, and honestly, it didn't overly impress me. The 2003 Chevlon Silverado 2500 is based off of the 2003 Chevrolet Silverado 2500 in real life. Alright, it's time for the 0 to 60 time. I got my stopwatch here, and let's start it. Okay, we've begun accelerating. Alright, what do we have? Okay, we're still climbing. And 8 seconds. Okay, so about 8.5 seconds it looks like that I can see on my stopwatch. Now let's see its top speed. Okay, looks like it's going to cap out at around 109, which is 176 kilometers per hour. Oh, and we flipped. Well, yeah, it didn't accelerate too quickly, but anyway, let's get on to the next segment. Now, the handling of the car is actually not too bad. It actually feels pretty responsive and actually does pretty well, which I was, really surprised by. Now, its braking actually surprised me as well, because it is not too bad at all. It does really, really well. Now, the acceleration is kind of where it falls short a bit. It's quite slow with the acceleration, as you just saw. We only just reached 60 there. But yeah, the acceleration is not that great, which I guess isn't too bad of a thing, but it's just not ideal, I suppose. Now, the truck sells for $12,789, so you're only losing about $2,000, so not too much there. You can sell it and buy it as you please. It really won't matter. Now, in the truck class, I rate this thing a 5 out of 10, and that's just because there are just some nice details on this truck, but for the most part, it isn't styled very well. It's got some rough edges, dents, problems with the windows. I can see right through to the sky underneath the hubcaps here. It's got marks on the hubcaps. It just isn't very good in certain aspects of it. But there are some good things about it. Okay, there are some good things about it. Its braking is very good, and its handling is quite responsive and really nice to drive. So that's pretty good, and its top speed is decent, but it just takes a little while to get up there, if that makes sense. Now, is it worth it for the price? Well, it's only $14,000, so I would say yes. It's a nice little truck, definitely, but I wouldn't want to drive it all the time. It's just got some useless features sometimes, like these kind of light things up the top. It doesn't really work, and whatnot. So, yeah, it doesn't need a vehicle pass to buy it, though, so, I mean, go for it, I suppose. But that's it for today, everybody, so thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.